I should say, welcome home. We've been away for a couple of weeks, and it feels so good to come back into our space and to acknowledge that, it's been an interesting time in Spokane, right? Lots of stuff to contemplate. And indeed, there's more to come. But anyway, we're so happy to be in our home, and I'm so happy to see your beautiful faces this morning. This morning, we have, let's welcome our music team, and thank you for all being here. Yeah. So, and welcome to those who are joining us online. We are happy to be back in our home, and so let's just speak together our mission. Our mission is to touch hearts and to transform lives through the power of unconditional love and acceptance. We embody a spiritual community that emphasizes personal growth, living consciously, and making a positive difference in the world. All right. Celebrate. Okay, well, we're all going to join in on the chorus. Celebrate good times. Here we are.
More to come.
So my thunder has been stolen. Okay, together, let's say our opening affirmation. There is only one power and one presence active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. So today, our talk title is not Celebrate Good Times, but it is Finding Hope in Catastrophe. So how appropriate is that, right? All right, so my friend Kirsten is going to read the daily word today.
Good morning and welcome all back. I am prosperous in all ways. To be prosperous may include financial wealth and possessions, but is so much more. It includes spiritual wealth and health as well as joy and satisfaction. Today, I focus on the ways in which I am prosperous, and I realize the many ways I am blessed. I experience prosperity through my material comforts, but also feel prosperous through the amazing functioning of my physical body and my active mind. I am prosperous through the spiritual bond I have with God and the deep peace it gives me. I am grateful for my prosperity in its many manifestations. I give thanks I am thoroughly blessed and prospered in mind, body, and soul. Then you shall see and be radiant. Your heart shall thrill and rejoice, because the abundance of the sea shall be brought to you. The wealth of the nation shall come to you. Isaiah 65.
Thank you so much. All right, so do we have anybody joining us here for the first time today? Anybody that's not been here before? First time today.
First time this month.
By definition, right? We all are here for the first time. All right, thank you for being here. All right, so once there was some back here, Jeff. Did we get everybody? All right, that's all. Welcome, Packet. We are going to stand and invite each other to just greet each other. It can be like a hello, a handshake, a hug, a high five, a fist bump, whatever, whatever you want. Hello, let's come back. I invite you to remain standing, but to come back to your seats, please. Yeah, please remain standing, for we will be singing.
All right. Yes, please join us in this Unity Prayer Song adaptation. And I would like to make a little note about this song. Yeah. Attention. Okay, so we have been singing this Unity Prayer Song for a few Sundays, except for evacuation, with the intention of getting everyone familiar with it. So instead of saying it at the end of every service, we could sing it at the end of every service after we sing the Unity song.
Prayer for protection?
Yeah, the prayer. So it is exactly the same, except for, and that's the truth at the very end, which you can add if you want.
The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And all is well. And all is well.
One more time.
The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And all is well. And all is well.
All right, we're going to ask you to remain standing for one more song. This song has been on my heart all week.
Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day, all day long. Morning, noon, and night, you are surrounded by the light. Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day, all day long. Morning, noon, and night, you are surrounded by the light. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love. Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day, all day long. Morning, noon, and night, you are surrounded by the light. Love surrounds you, peace surrounds you, angels surround you every day. God, the light of peace, the light of love. You are surrounded by the light of God, the light of peace, the light of love.
I just wanted to take you all in. It's so great to see everybody. Let's all take a collective deep breath together and center ourselves and exhale. This is our opportunity to release what doesn't serve us right now, isn't necessary right now. Maybe it's a family matter. Maybe it's a work matter. Maybe it's finances. Let's just release and let it go. Just imagine you're sitting by a stream. And as these concerns or these things or thoughts come in that are trying to distract or occupy your mind, just imagine a leaf that you place on that little stream, carrying that concern, burden, that thought. Just carry it downstream. For most of us, the last few weeks, we've been surrounded by the smoke. And it's only the light of God is constant. It's always there. Just rest in this knowing. Knowing our presence, knowing our peace, knowing our connectedness. What affects us on the east side of town affects those on the west. And the same is true for those on the west side. What they are going through and what they're experiencing is connected to us. Just rest in that thought that we're all connected like a forest. Or each of our little lifelines and all of the things that give us nourishment and connection and water and everything we're all interconnected. Just continue to breathe. Maybe just allow your attention to focus on one of those chimes from the bowl. Just listen to it play out. God, Father, Christ, divine presence, light, whatever name that you associate. We give thanks and gratitude for this day. We're grateful for being here in this space, in this place that for a lot of us is our spiritual home, place that we gather and connect, encourage, shoulder, listen to one another. We thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for this day. I thank you for every heart and every light that is here in this room, every family that's represented. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is. Amen. Well, my goodness. I think I've been gone from here almost 3 weeks now. The first week I was gone to Coeur d'Alene, and you guys, James was here. Little did I know at that time it'd be 2 more weeks before we would even be back in this space because of everything going on. And what a few weeks it's been. I wanted to share some things with you. First, I'm just going to give you some little updates here. So, a few of us were invited to be a part of a gathering with Paul Young, William Paul Young, who is the author of The Shack, at a little home, and to have some time with him to talking about the book and his certainly his look at theology and all of that sort of thing. And as most of you know my story, I started in like 2010, started unwinding and deconstructing my evangelical Christian beliefs and also my conservatism, because as I've said in the past, I used to be a very hard right-wing Fox News, Rush Limbaugh. I don't want to cause anybody PTSD in this, but I was very much entrenched in one side of thinking. And if you didn't go along with that thinking, I would certainly tell you why you should. But anyways, through a series of events, I read this book called The Shack. And actually, I read it in that I listened to the audiobook. And when it was over, I was like, oh no, it can't be over. So I listened again. I was so connected to the story and the characters and the message that I listened to it 3 times back to back because I couldn't get enough of it. And each time I listened to it, I got something new. So William Paul Young, and then of course the movie came out, and I was like one of the first ones in Fresno to see the movie when it came out. I'm a geek. I will admit. So he's coming to town. We have this opportunity to gather, and I'm like a kid in a candy store, like, oh my God, I'm going to get to meet a man that has had a profound impact in my life. And so the people that put it together said, hey, I know you're coming. Is there any chance you could pick him up at the hotel and bring him out to Liberty Lake? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I got to wash the car, clean out the. But so Julie and I had the opportunity to go pick up him and his wife on the side there. Kim, thank you. And first of all, I have to tell you, have you ever been someplace and you're like, I'm in the right place, I'm relaxed, I'm early, I'm waiting, I'm thinking, okay, well, you must just be running late. And then I look at my notes and realize I'm at the wrong hotel. So he was staying at one hotel on one side of the river, and I went to the other hotel on the opposite side of the river. And then I was like, oh my God. So I'm frantically driving, and Julie's like, it's okay. It's only a couple minutes. I go, it's a couple minutes. It's okay. Yeah. So anyways, we pick him up, and I get out of the truck, and I'm apologetic. And meeting him, and I have to share this because he's so real. He hugged me like I was a long-lost brother. And I mean, it wasn't just, hey, how you doing? It was like, almost like, just rest in me. It was therapeutic. And those of us that got to meet him and spend time with him all had the same, that this man has an incredible presence. And that hug alone was worth everything. So anyway, so we got a chance to have some Q&A with him out in Liberty Lake. And then it was really nice because we were in this person's over here on the right. We were in their house, and he was just sitting talking to us, answering questions. And then the next day, the whole reason why he was here was that on Saturday at Gonzaga, they had a showing of The Shack, and he was there with his wife. And then after the movie was over, he did Q&A and answered questions. So I get there early. And so, because we want to make sure we get the seats and everything. So I tell the guy that's the organizer, go, look, I know you're going to do Q&A. If you need any help running the microphone, I'm here. I can help do that. He goes, noted. So then the thing is over, and he comes over and he hands me the microphone. He goes, you're in charge. And so for those of us that remember Phil Donahue, right? I'm the Phil Donahue. Hey, Paul, this lady has a question for you. And then I've got questions that people submitted, and I'm reading the questions, and I'm sitting there and I'm pinching myself because then I cannot believe the position that I'm in in this environment. I mean, imagine someone in your life that's had a profound impact that you've thought, you've always wanted to meet or spend time with, and you get this opportunity. So it was funny, a couple of days later, we're driving, and I said to Julie, you realize, like, William Paul Young was sitting in that seat, don't you? So I'm not afraid to admit I'm geeked out, and I might have got an email from him, and I might have responded to the email. But anyways, it was an amazing event. And this is everybody that came for that. We all wore our shirts, so we had a presence at Gonzaga. It was really, really cool. Then, yesterday, John and I participated in the Unity and Community event that was downtown. It was a little light in terms of turnout. I think part of it was because of the fires. People didn't know about what was going to happen because of smoke and that sort of thing. But we had great engagement with folks. And, of course, we did that with some of the folks from South Hill, had a lot of kids, met some really neat people. Just the whole thing was just a lot of fun. So that was yesterday. And then, okay, so I had 3 other slides, and I'm going to give a shout out, but the pictures will be in the newsletter because I left them on my computer. And that is that, first of all, I want to shout out Max. Would you please stand? Max Tuggle, stand up, please. You're not in trouble. Okay. If you walk out the front door and you look off to the left there's this area that Max has been working on, trimming the trees, mowing, straightening up, and we lovingly call it Max's area because he's just been very dogmatic and very intent on cleaning this area up, and it looks fantastic. He's been doing a lot of other things too, mowing. You'll notice some of the high woods. Yes. And let me tell you, when Max gets something in his head that he's going to do, he's like a dog with a bone. You cannot, he was out. I had to call him and tell him, Max, we're in level 3 evacuation. You're not supposed to be at the center. Well, I'm just mowing. I understand, Max, but you have to go home. You can't be there. And so, anyways, I know I probably frustrate him a little bit because he's like, well, it's cool and there's no fire and I want to be out here. So there's that. Then I want to shout out to Kimmy and Marilyn for, you two stand up so everybody knows who you are because there's some new people here that don't know. Okay, so Kimmy and Marilyn, and all these pictures will be in the newsletter, so I apologize. But Kimmy and Marilyn doctored up and dressed up our rock garden, right? We have the stone area, if you noticed it when you walked in, the white rocks, and we have it's basically, it's the Aramaic version, or Aramaic translation of let he without sin cast the first stone. And the idea is that we come into this place, and this is a place where we have the opportunity to drop our stones. Those things, whether I need forgiveness or I want to give forgiveness, it's our opportunity as we walk in to lay the stone and come into this place for healing. So I did my version of it, and then Kimmy and Marilyn got out there with the white rocks and redid it all, which looks amazing. And then Brandy had the kids paint rocks, and they wrote words on those rocks. And the idea was, what do you need for forgiveness? Compassion, empathy, understanding, conversation. All of those things are written on the stones out there that are in those. And we're going to continue to add to those stones so people see, get the idea. And I apologize for that. It's not in there. Okay. And then, let's see here. Okay, so that was Kimmy and Marilyn. And then, where's Ruthie? Ruthie, stand up. I told you all that when I did Bloomsday, virtual Bloomsday, she was a force of nature because she's the only one that stayed, well, I wouldn't say, I stayed with her for the full 7 miles to do the Bloomsday walk, right? I stayed up with Ruthie. I should have a T-shirt that says, I can keep up with Ruthie. Because Ruthie, and you can't see I don't have the pictures, I'll put them on, but Ruthie has been, first of all, if you've seen the Peace Garden, the Peace Pole, there's now a garden of flowers, beautiful flowers at the base of that is getting watered, and it looks gorgeous. And then there's a tree, Rich, that tree out there, she's been digging around it and cleaning it up and putting some mulch or something around it. She's been doing that. And then she's been working on the planter beds. And I think it was Randy and Melissa and Ruthie went together and bought like a mound of redwood chips, walk bark. And so she's been out there cleaning those. And then, I'm getting notifications on our alarm system. So the cameras are alarmed, right? They come off and tell me when someone's on the property. Sometimes it's very annoying, especially when someone's down here at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm trying to find out who it is, and I see this. And it's Ruthie. Well, no, she comes in like at 10, and then she works until 9. She's a force of nature, I'm telling you. So, Ruthie, would you please stand? Because I want to. And not only is she a hard worker, but she is also so knowledgeable because she can tell you about plants and she can tell you why you do this and why you do that and blah, 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 blah. So, I love and adore you, Ruthie. You are an inspiration to us older folks. I think, no, I would say I feel like a juvenile learning from you in some of these things. So anyways, okay, so finding hope in the catastrophe. Of course, I had a different talk planned before the fire, and that talk will be next week. But this talk, found me. As I showed, I was coming off a week of meeting an idol, not an idol, but someone that was like, I was so high and up on what was going on and the things that were happening that when the fire hit, probably for 2 days, I just sat in my chair. Because at a point we thought maybe the church was going to burn. And I felt kind of bewildered, if I'm being honest about it. I wasn't scared, but I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I say? James called me. The lady Shara, who's the head executive with Unity Worldwide Ministries, called me. And she's like, what do you need? I said, sure, I don't even know how to pray right now. If I'm being honest, as a minister, as a spiritual leader, I'm sitting here and I don't even know what to do. And on that Sunday when we were supposed to have services, I thought, the only thing I know how to do is to connect with people. So I got the directory out and I just started calling folks. And if I hadn't seen you or I didn't know, like some of you that I knew you were in safe areas, I didn't call. Those of you where I didn't know where you lived or assumed that you were in a maybe in danger zone, I was calling to check on you to see, how are you doing? What's going on? Because I honestly did not know what to do. And I don't know how you prepare for this. But finding hope in the catastrophe is a spiritual truth found across many wisdom traditions. Have you ever looked back at one of the hardest seasons of your life and realized it became a doorway to one of the greatest blessings? Sometimes catastrophe feels like an ending. And I'll be honest, that's where I felt like if the church goes up, what do we got? What do I got? Yet Spirit sees a catastrophe as a beginning. Every spiritual tradition, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, they all have some form of hope in the catastrophe. Even nature has a rhythm, right? Nature has a rhythm. A few years ago, in my back area, I was living in Fresno, and I was at a lake. It was 4th of July weekend, whatever it was, and I'm floating in the water, and the guy in the cabin, renting the cabin next to where I was floating, and in that part of the valley, Central Valley, Bass Lake area, there are more brown trees than they're green. It's really tragic, really tragic. Like, you look up and you just see areas, patches of brown, and it's all because of the beetle that has gotten into the bark and killed the trees. And so I was telling the guys, like, and we're surrounded by trees, and I was like, man, I just can't get over it. And he happens to be, I don't know what you'd call his scientific name, but he works for a company that actually works with trees, the health of the trees, and he says we actually have a chemical that we can inject into the tree that will kill the bark beetle, but it's $2,000 a shot. So there's not enough money in any budget to take care of that. But he says, one day this will all burn. That's just the way nature is. And he said the irony is at 600 degrees, it takes 600 degrees for the seeds of the trees to actually be able to germinate. So he's like, it's actually be the best thing for the forest. It's not the best thing for this cabin, or me being able to come up here and enjoy it, and driving into some of the areas that we've seen where the fires and everything is, it's sad. But that's the universal truth. So the universal, I'm just going to share some thoughts with you. First of all, the first thing that happens when we have a catastrophe is it shatters our illusions. Now, those of us that are students in the Course of Miracles, we know that the Course of Miracles teaches us that everything is an illusion. Everything is an illusion. And so when you start looking at things, sometimes it's like, okay, so this is an illusion? My life is an illusion? The teachings go deeper in that, but the understanding is that everything's an illusion, a value that we place on it. But that doesn't mean that's its true value. It's simply what we place on that. So catastrophes that we all may experience or know people aren't just fires. It could be health. It could be relationships. It could be careers. It could be nations. It could be belief systems. It could be something that you've grown up believing your entire life, only to realize, maybe I was wrong. Maybe all the energy that I put into that belief system is wrong. We were talking the other night in our Course of Miracles, and we have these systems of belief, right? And then when we change that system of belief to do something different, it's very foreign. So imagine this. Imagine that your father and your father's father were welders, were built with metal. And everything they did was built with metal. And so you're third generation metal fabricator, master, whatever, welder, that you can build anything out of metal. And then you come to a point in life where building stuff in metal is no longer sustainable. Or maybe I can't build a house out of metal. I need to be able to build a house out of wood. So now I have to transition from working with metal and all the tools and all the understanding and all the stuff that it means to build with metal. Now I have to transition all that to wood. They don't translate. You don't use the same tools for wood that you use with metal. Your principles are completely different. All of that is completely different. And so what happens, in order to learn this, you've got to step out of, let go of those things that you thought you knew to learn something new that is now going to allow you to be productive, sustainable in these other things. Well, that's what happens sometimes when the catastrophe happens and it shatters our illusions. We don't just lose circumstances, we lose the story about those circumstances, about ourselves. So the grief and the mourning of that go way deeper than just the loss of my belongings. Sometimes the only way to find solid ground is to lose the ground that we were standing on. So the next thing is, crisis reveals what cannot be shaken. Throughout history, forest fires makes room for new growth. Floods reshape landscapes. Stars die so new elements can exist. Seeds split before they bloom. Spirit often works through transformation rather than preservation. Spirit often works through transformation rather than preservation. And what we teach here at Unity is that the divine presence within us is never destroyed. Never destroyed. That divine presence that's in me is in Randy, is in Melissa, is in Patty. It's in all of us. We're all connected. And one of the biggest problems that we go through and try to overcome is this idea that we're separated, because we're not. Only the form changes. The next thing is hope isn't optimism. Optimism says everything will work out. It's going to be okay. You'll survive. You'll get over it. Hope says whatever happens, love will meet you there. Now that's easy to understand and that's easy to embrace, right? Because when we've lost everything, the last thing we want to do, it's just stuff. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll have a new house. You'll be able to rebuild. It's tragic. This in itself is such a paradigm shift, because how can someone who's just lost everything, how do we really understand? I want to invite Tawney to come out. Come on up, Tawney. I'm going to show you. This is the map of our area from the fire. And as you can see, you see right there, the dark red, that's the actual fire path where the fire burned. And then all the other areas are either level 1 or level 2 or level 3 for the evacuation. That black line there at the bottom of the lowest part of the fire, that is on the north side of that line is where Tawney lived. On the south side of that line is where Wendy and Wayne lived. It's basically Gerlach Road. And then if you come to the top here, in this area, like a little bit below that exclamation point, is where the center is. So the fire got about a half a mile from us, is basically what happened. And when it came through, it burned on one side of Gerlach, and it didn't burn on the other side of Gerlach. So I want to give you, before I talk to Tawney here, the fire started August 2nd, approximately 2 o'clock. You know where you were August 2nd? August 1st, I should say. The revised acreage for the fire, the final revision was 992 acres, or approximately, and the estimates were higher of 1,000 to a little over 1,000 acres. Structures damaged or destroyed were 59. The fire prompted such significant evacuations around Meade and the surrounding areas. Authorities have said that the Fairview fire appears to be human caused, but they haven't found anybody yet. And the Fairview fire was one of 3 fires burning in this town. I'm telling you guys all stuff you know, but I'm trying to put stuff in perspective. Fairview burned 992. Old Trails, 32 to 3,500 acres. Autumn Lane, 5,700 acres combined, over 10,000 acres burned in Spokane. And these weren't remote areas. These were heavily. Total structures lost in the 3 fires is 921. So, Tawney, tell me about what were you doing prior to the fire? Tell me about your life before the fire.
Well, first off, I want to thank everybody for their support and love that they've shown me. I'm telling you, my community and my church has been, you guys are great. And I love every single one of you. Before the fire, I was incarcerated, and I had got out of prison, and I didn't have anything. I started new, but I had my family support, and that boosted me to be able to get a place, get tools, get a job, and I started getting things as it went. And I had been out of prison for about 2 years, and I had put my life together. I had a really good life. I had a really good job. I'm a superintendent at a construction company. I had a good girlfriend. My life was, just the way that I wanted. I put it together to be very positive. I had my community at church, and then I go camping, go fishing, and I'm down in this canyon that's 5,000 feet down. And when you get to about a quarter of the way down, you lose service. And I'm down there for 3 days and 2 nights. And on my way out, and I fish here a lot, so I'm used to my phone going off when you get to the top of the canyon. All your notifications start coming in that you have missed for however long you're down there. Well, I get to the top of the canyon, and my phone.
That's Sunday.
Yes, and this is after the fire, like a day and a half. So I get to the top of the canyon, and where you start to get service, my phone started going beep, and my notification is like a beep, beep, beep for every message that I've missed. Well, it didn't stop, and a beep beep, and I mean it takes a long time, and I got about 50 of them, and I'm thinking, oh, this is not normal. You know what I mean? 20 or so is normal. So I'm starting to worry about what happened. And I get about a mile above where my beeping started, and my beeping hadn't stopped. And so now I'm worried. You know. So I drive down the road, try to find somebody to pull over, and 259 beeps later. And it took a long time for the beeping to stop. And I can't use my phone until it stops. So I'm sitting there, and my friend is consoling me. I'm saying, hey, there's something really bad has happened. So I'm panicking. And so first I call my mom, and she didn't answer. So I'm worried about something happened to her. Now, excuse me, I don't mean to be so emotional. So the next person I call is Brandy, the Sunday school teacher. And I said, hey, is my mom okay? And she said, yeah, I'm at church. You want to talk to her? And I said, so now my anxiety is like leveled off. I'm like, well, what happened? And she says, I want you to talk to your mom. She didn't want to tell me because she didn't want to be the one that made me feel how I was going to feel after this. So I talked to my mom, and mom says, hey, look, are you parked? And I said, yeah, I'm parked. She says, you had a fire, and you lost pretty much everything. And I said, well, my son lives with me in Fifthwell. So I said, is Cody all right? And she said, yeah. So I said, is everybody all right? And she said, yeah. So I'm like, whew. So I sit there and I talk to her for a while. And I'm relieved that everybody's okay. So I said, okay. So I get in my car and I start driving home. She said, and then I got to talk to Brandy, and she said, hey, look, everything that's happened has already happened. Don't speed, come home. Go the speed limit and be safe. I said, all right, I will. So then I started thinking, what happened in the fire? Nobody told me how it started, because I have my fifth wheel. Well, I wired it in, and so I cut this extension cord off, and I wired my fifth wheel in so it'd have power for my son. And I'm thinking, God, did I start this fire? You know what I mean? Or did arson start this fire? So now I'm like, I'm feeling guilty or mad because I didn't know what happened in the fire. So I called my son, and my son said, no, Dad, it's a wildfire, and we lost everything. And I said, well, did it get the garage? And he said, yeah. He said, Dad, it took everything. So I'm like, man. So I'm going, now I don't know if I'm angry, but I'm definitely not feeling normal. And I'm going through my head of the things that I lost and what it's going to take to replace them. And I'm 3 hours away from home. So I got to think about this for 3 hours going home. And I'm like, and I'm telling you right now, it's a roller coaster of what I'm feeling. And I talked to my son a couple more times, and there's only one thing that I had at my place that was sentimental to me, and it was a boat that has been in my family for 3 generations. And I don't know how it happened, but my whole property is burnt. I mean, except this one little area, just one little spot right in the dead center in the middle. The fire, it burnt under it real quick, but it went right around my boats, and I don't know how it did it, but I have some boats that were saved in that fire, and I'm like, that's the only thing that really meant anything to me besides my son, you know. And so I could talk to Brandy again, and I asked her, hey, will you wait at my mother's for me when I get home? And she said she would. So I had to drive by my house to get to my mom's house because we were neighbors, and I seen on the hill that it was just all gray, and I'm like, oh, God. So I go home and I talk to Brandy and my mom, and I stayed with my mom. My mom had a room set up for me already, and the next day I go up to, it was actually It was that day. Me and Brandy went up to look at my place, and it was like you couldn't identify one single thing. It was all gray. You know what I mean? The only things that were standing were the bricks the trailer that I lived in was on, and I looked at spots where I knew things were at, and it melted things. It must have been so hot because it melted my Harley. The only thing that was on the floor was aluminum block, and my aluminum block was melted with 2 pistons stuck in it on my concrete floor. I'm like, oh my God. So after that, I mean, you guys, came to my aid. I had so many messages, and you guys did so much for me. I am very relieved that I have learned what's important to me in my life. I'm fortunate. Out of this experience, the best thing that I've had so far is knowing what things mean to me. You know what I mean? And so I'm blessed on that. And my life right now is thanks to you guys and my parents, because I got a new place to live. I just live right behind the church now. And my son has a new place to live. My girlfriend's great. My family's great. You guys are great. And this is actually, after this is the best my life has ever been. Thank you. Thanks again to you guys. I mean, I love you so much. You guys have did so much for the support, the emotional support and the financial support that you've given me have risen me to a place that I can easily attain what I had, and my life is really good, and I love you, buddy.
That's Cody, by the way. Yeah, that's little Donnie. I meant to show. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You have an impromptu. Yeah. This is Christine McGann.
Oh, don't tell them who I am yet,
Okay,
because
all
I
right.
don't want it to be about that.
Okay. All right.
So Donnie, I don't know you. I know your mom, but I feel like this. I've been waiting for the right time to read this poem, and I think this is it. It touches on getting rid of our illusions. It touches on catastrophe. It touches on acknowledging that the things we have can have emotional attachment, but that we don't have to be attached to them. I have come to realize this house is not only our home, it's been our sanctuary, our shelter from the storm. It's where we became a family, one that grew and grew. It supported us enough, even more than we knew. And while things are just things, still behind the doors and locks is where we keep our most precious things, our family's treasure box. Then the fires came and we had to go, but while we stayed away, I didn't miss the stuff inside. I had my family every day, but then I realized something else. Our home is just a house, and the family we grew within is all that truly counts.
Thank you. Okay, we're done. Thank you, Christy. Okay, this is pictures. The picture there on the right is from Wendy's house, looking on the other side of the street, and that's the neighbor's house burning. And this, I should have forwarded this. This is Donnie's property now. Okay. So the catastrophes that we face today, without becoming political, we can acknowledge that we have cultural division, we have economic uncertainty, we have climate disasters, we have loneliness, we have anxiety, we have a loss of trust. These are all real catastrophes and things that we're all dealing with. And those of us, those of you that are denying, that might deny one of those things because of your beliefs or science or whatever, that doesn't matter. Understand that the people that are in these situations, what they're feeling is a denial of who they are or what they're experiencing. And all I'm asking for is not, you don't have to give up your beliefs or your views of things. But understand that those are issues that connects the other person, and they're real to them. And it's important for us to recognize that, and to recognize that that's part of how we're connected. And then the last thing is, what if the greatest opportunity is hidden here? What if instead of why is this happening, we ask ourselves, what is trying to emerge? What needs to die so something healthier can live? What invitation is this inviting? What quality of spirit is being called forth? Sometimes catastrophe is life's invitation to become someone who we are never have chosen to be in the first place. It's forcing us into something that we didn't want to do. I have a whole new story, different story on that about myself, but I won't go there. So the last thing here is, how do we become people of hope? How do we know what to do when we don't know how to pray? How do we know what to do? Well, first of all, hope grows through practice. With a daily practice of just letting something go, or recognizing an attachment, that maybe we choose compassion over fear. Maybe instead of, maybe we stay curious instead of a certainty. Maybe we build community instead of isolation. Maybe we listen before we react. Maybe we create before we critique. Maybe we serve someone else. Remember that every person carries both wounds and possibilities. Hope isn't passive. Hope is an actual spiritual discipline. This is something that our kids did on that Sunday that we had an impromptu gathering here. I came down to, remember I said the day that we were closed, I came down to make phone calls. And the next thing, Melissa says, well, I've got a roast. Huh? Lasagna, that's it. I made lasagna for everybody. And I was like, well, I guess bring it down. She cooked it. And then different people started showing up. Well, I needed to be here. So we ended up having an impromptu gathering, I don't know, about 15, 20 people. We barely made a dent in the lasagna. But the kids were here. Good. But the kids were here. And this is what the kids did for us. Our kids did this. It's on our front door. The invitation isn't to deny the catastrophe. It is to discover that something deeper than catastrophe lives within us. Every ending carries a possibility of a beginning. Every wound can become a place where compassion grows. Every disruption asks us a sacred question. Who will you become? May we answer that question with courage, with compassion, and with hope. For the deepest truth has never changed. Love is still here. Love is still creating. And love is still calling us forward. We have created, there's actually a GoFundMe for Tawney that's separate. And then we have created here I'm not going to call it a GoFundMe, but it's a fund in which people can donate to the center, and it will go in a fund for fire disaster relief. Because we get calls all the time from people asking, hey, can I get help with my rent or whatever, right, for other things. And so we're going to use this money to help someone or help people as they come that are in need of something. So you can, this will be in the newsletter too. So if you want to, you can donate to fire victims utilizing the QR code, and it is a tax-free donation to the center, and we'll earmark it for relief. Thank you, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for believing in this center. Oh, yes. Okay, Kimmy. Thank you, Kimmy. All right. One of the biggest things we learned in this disaster, and what I learned when I got the directory that's 6 years old or 8 years old, was we don't have current phone numbers for people. So I'm either calling numbers that are disconnected or people don't have numbers. So here's what we're asking. And people come in and they sign up and they want they want to either be on the newsletter or they want a badge. So what we're asking you to do is to fill this out. This doesn't obligate you. This just gives us names and numbers. So if we need to contact you and let you know, we're not whatever, right? So so if you would mind filling this out and turning them in to Kimmy, that would be great. Okay. So anyways, just asking you guys, if you don't mind, that we can get you on our list. This will be a private list. And at some point, we're going to put a church directory together. And so you can opt out of the directory at some point if you want. But know that this is just used for us internally. Did you have something, Dana? Oh, you need one. Okay. Thank you guys again. Stay curious, be the blessing.
It's hard. It's hard to speak right now. Tawney, I love you so much. There's power in this room, and this power is connecting each of our hearts. And this power has a presence that is here to remind us, right? That is here to remind us that we are all one, no matter what. It's not about this church, it's not about this group, but it is about, right? It is about us knowing the power that we have and the presence that is capable of transforming our lives, the lives of those who we know, the lives of those who we touch, and lives that we don't even know, right? I mean, I spend so much time in the prison with beautiful, beautiful people, and Donnie reminds me of those beautiful people every time I get to be around him. So, it's just, we don't even know, where our purpose or our love can create a seed, or at least create an opening. Because people have lived experience that is real. People have lived experience that is tragic and hurtful. But inside of them, right? Inside of them is this humanity that is waiting to be invited, right? So let's just know how powerful we are and how beautiful it is to be the blessing. Yeah. It is so beautiful. I'm just so grateful for all of it. Thank you. Wow. Okay, we're going to move to the next part of our oh, wow. Okay, so let's just move on. We're going to I'm sorry. We're doing a song.
It's
She thought you were
okay.
doing a
were
solo.
moved to speak.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's be rewilded.
Very wilded. So I really do find solace in nature and am reminded by all these things. So I invite you to sing, but if you don't want to sing, you don't have to. You can just listen and absorb.
Oh, river, rewild my soul. Help me let go of control. Show my heart how to flow with ease again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, mountain, rewild my soul. Help me let go of control. Show my heart how to lift mine eyes again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, eagle, rewild my soul. Help me let go of control. Show my heart how to fly so free again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, vast sky, rewild my soul. Help me let go of control. Show my heart how to be spaciousness again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, soft wind, rewild my soul. Help me let go of control. Show my heart how to be clear and cleansed again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, sunshine,
Sunshine,
rewild my soul.
rewild my soul.
Help me let
Help me let
go
go
of control. Show my heart how to shine with warmth again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, forest, rewild my soul.
Rewild my soul.
Help me let
go
of control. Show my heart how to trust this path again. I am ready. Take me in. Oh, mama, rewild my soul.
Rewild my soul.
Help me let
go
of control. Show my heart how to beat with yours again. I am ready. Take me in. I am ready. Take me in.
Thank you. Thank you all. All right. Okay, let's just take a moment to just recognize the abundance that is ours, to recognize the beautiful blessings that we all have as we consider our gifts to this ministry. So thank you. Thank you, Dad. All right, invite you to share our love offering blessing together. Divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. All right. Susie, would you please stand? So Susie Hicks is our chaplain, and Susie will be here after service if anyone wants to have her pray with you, for you. So prayer is really the beginning of unity. Unity began as a prayer healing, really, service. There were no churches at that time. There was no even a idea about ordaining ministers or anything at that time, but it was really a powerful way of experiencing the presence of God. And so it is really foundational to unity. So we have in your back of your seat, there's the little turquoise prayer request. So if you want to have us pray for someone, you can fill those out and put them in the prayer box up here. And we will be happy to pray for those for 30 days. And then they go to Silent Unity as well. And they also pray with them for 30 days. So please accept that invitation for yourselves or for others that you know. Okay, let us just say our peace statement together. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God, for there is only one power and presence of God, and that God loves each one of us equally. Unity urges all nations, their leaders, and their people to pursue peace, not war, for this is what honors the God of all our faith traditions. All right, so for the first announcement, I just want to publicly really thank the South Hill community for welcoming us last week, for giving us sanctuary, for giving us community.
And thank for those that came from the center.
And thank you for all of our group that were there.
3 rows and we exceeded that.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome just to be together, right? And to be in community with those who were so gracious and loving. So yeah, again, this is a QR code that will designate funds to go to those in need. So take advantage of that. So we have a restorative circle the third Sunday of the month, and so that's today. So if you want to just stay around, and this is really specifically focusing on nonviolent communication in VC. How do we communicate in conflict, and how do we be more skillful, right, in having our needs be met and the needs of others? There's another Mary Magdalene book study. There's actually 2 different ones going on, but it feels like a very timely message that's coming through right now. Is this is kind of a lost gospel of specifically regarding Mary Magdalene and the message that she was given from Jesus. So anyway, there's one that's going to be at the library, Spokane Valley Library, and that's the one off Argonne, right? Wednesday evenings. It's just 6 weeks. 6 weeks or 4? 6 weeks. 6:30 to 8 every Wednesday. Anybody's invited, and it's a $15 suggested love offering. So, yeah, I think that it's not going to, if this is calling to you to step into a different place and a different perspective, I would highly encourage it, because it's really a message for our time. It's a message for us now. So, family movie night. It's the film is called The Rescue, and it is next Friday, 5:30 to 8. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, is anybody familiar with The Rescue?
No.
The story of The Rescue?
Julie.
So a few years ago, there was a soccer team in the Philippines that was hiking in the caves, and then storms came and trapped them in this cave. This is a documentary that Disney did about the story of that rescue. It's so well done. It's got some really beautiful music in it as well. And so to continue on our hope in the catastrophe, we thought this would be a really good movie for us to watch together. So that'll be next Friday. It's a brown bag. So that means you don't have to cook for anybody but yourself, or have food for yourself. And we got together. We have popcorn. Tony makes our popcorn, and
I quit, by the way.
you what?
I quit.
You quit? Oh, well, you need to give a 30-day notice. So take us for your own credit. She'll be there. So that'll be Friday at 5:30 here. Feel free to come, bring blankets if you want to sit on the floor, whatever. It's just a very relaxed blues time. Okay, what else do you bring?
Super.
Energy tune-up.
Oh, Kimmy. Kimmy, can you stand? Also, this is a gift to all of us that on the fourth Sunday of the month, Kimmy is available. She has typically 4 slots. And when they're gone. But she does energy tune-ups, and everyone has said how magnificent they are. So please take advantage of that. Do it. Sound bath. We're having another sound bath on Sunday the 30th.
Let Chantel, yeah?
Yes, Chantel and Lancer.
They do
Thank
an
you.
amazing sound bath, the two of them. It's one of the best that I've ever been to, and we're going to do it on Sunday evening at the end of your weekend, so you can actually enjoy the sound bath. And
Great idea.
go home and rest. So
I agree with you. It is the most magnificent sound bath I've ever experienced. It's always different because they are intuitive and they're following just how they are guided. It is like multi-sensory, and it is absolutely magical. I don't know how they do that, but it is absolutely magical.
Start bringing spray bottles for the snores.
Oh, there you go.
That's multisensory.
Gentle awakening. Super. Thank you so much. Monday meditations, first and third Mondays, starting this month, 6:30 to 8. So yes, it'll be tomorrow. And is that Rebecca, or is that, okay. Super. Rebecca Smith is going to be hosting that. All right, let's bring in the kids.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of love.
Beautiful. Do you all want to hold up what you did today and let everyone see? They have their gardens. Lovely. Tracy and Brandy, thank you so much. Does anyone want to share today? Lucky's ready.
We learned that God is with us even if a catastrophe happens.
Yeah, thank you. See the abundance that is ours right here. Thank you so much. So good to have all of you. All right, so we are going to bless. Oh. Do you want to say something, sweetie pie? All right, so let's just bless these beautiful creatures in front of us. So be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for all of us, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, thank you all. You want to go find your families? We're going to stand and sing the peace song.
there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, heavenly all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be my moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The love of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And all is well. And all is well.
Hey, one announcement we completely forgot about is next Friday night, no, next Saturday. Next Saturday, Southville is doing hot August night, it's a parking lot barbecue food thing. And so we're all invited to join. So it's at 5 o'clock to like 8 o'clock. Should be nice. Bring your favorite dish to share, and we get to sit together and all that.
Also, I would like to add that I will be doing henna at that event. Yeah, there you go.
So thank you guys. Have a great week.
Just play a little song.